Okay, stop for a minute. You fasted, you prayed, you talked about God, and now we're on January 1st, 2025. What book are you reading for the month of January? When you first start reading the Bible, it's highly recommended to hop into your Gospels. So for last month, for the month of December, we hopped into the book of Matthew. This month, we are hopping into the book of Mark. Now, this is so exciting because if you follow me, then you already know that every single day I will drop a chapter of the book of Mark. But what do I need you to do? What I need you to do is make sure that you are reading your chapter for the day. Today is January 1st, so we'll be reading Mark 1 and comment the verses that stood out to you and what about that chapter stood out to you. Let's get into it. So first things first, let's talk about the author. So the author is John Mark. Now, John Mark was not a disciple. However, he was with Paul on one of his missionary assignments. It is believed that he actually had a relationship with Jesus, like they were friends, or at least they was cool. I mean, he knew a lot. And it's also noted that out of the four gospels, Mark is the one that is the most chronological in order. Baby John Mark was taking notes. And we got a lot to learn from the book of Mark. Let me tell you what you can learn from the book of Mark. So there's a few themes in the book of Mark. Number one is, of course, our good Jesus. Number two is about servanthood, the importance of being a servant. Number three, it focuses a lot on his miracles. And number four, it talks about spreading the gospel. Now, what you will notice in Mark chapter 1 is that it is fast paced, baby. It talks about John, and then you go to John baptizing Jesus, then you go to Jesus giving miracles. Baby, he flying through that. But we learned all of that in Matthew. So this is good. We're a step ahead of the game. Like I said, the book of Mark starts off with talking about John the Baptist and how John the Baptist literally paved the way for Jesus. He educated people about the Messiah that was coming. He gave them information about who was coming. And we can take some notes from that, but let me tell you exactly what my study Bible said because literally it ate down. Now it says, John the Baptist prepared the way for Jesus. People who do not know Jesus need to be prepared to meet him. We can prepare the way by explaining their need for forgiveness, demonstrating Jesus' way of life by our conduct, and telling them how to give their lives meaning. We can clear the road for him by correcting misconceptions that might be hindering people from approaching him. Someone you know may be open to a relationship with Jesus. What can you do to prepare them for this? This is a dope question. And I love this because our mission and our goal is to bring people closer to God. And sometimes our fear of putting ourselves out there, our fear about talking about the situation, our fear that we're not perfect can stop us from talking about God. Baby, the truth of the matter is wherever you go, whether you're at work or in the gym, you are a representation of your father. A young lady in our group chat made a phenomenal connection with the people at her job. And I just think it's so dope that I'm going to share. Her name is Tony and she's amazing. But what she said in our group chat, we had a prayer call. And what she said on that call was, she was at work and she had her study Bibles on the desk. And her coworkers asked her, "What are you reading?" And she was explaining to them what they were reading. And she was explaining that she was talking about abundance. She walked away from her desk. And when she came back, they were still talking about the abundance. Sometimes you are the only Jesus that people see. Sometimes you are only the only Bible that they see. So what does that mean for you? That means everywhere you walk, you should be a light. At work, in the gym, in the grocery store, down aisle 8, when them kids is irritating your spirit. Sometimes you are the only Bible that people see. So focus on being a representation of the Most High. Now, if you've been rocking with me for a long time on Bible studies, you know how I say it's so important to pray before you read your word. So before you go in and read Mark chapter 1 today, sit down and talk to your father, baby. Have a conversation with your daddy. Let him know how you're feeling. Ask him to open up your mind and your thoughts and your spirits. Ask him to clear your mind and for him to tell you exactly what he wants for you to get from his word because you can listen to anybody on the internet, baby. But until you get a relationship with your father and you read the word for yourself, maybe that's when true miracles happen. That's when true change develops. That's when God really starts working in your life. So I strongly encourage that today, before you read, you pray, you talk to your father, you ask him to give you the wisdom and the understanding and the knowledge and get into your word. And I will see you tomorrow for Mark chapter 2. Bye.